Wolf Warden. He's asking, now this is going back in the memory bank here, Rocky. So, all right. So he's curious on how the mills in Scotland were approached when you were getting USA Kilts off the ground. Were they skeptical of a U.S. based kilt maker, and did you have to do any convincing that what you were building was a serious business enough for a customer base?
Right. Good question. No, I had green money, and I was willing to pay on time. One thing that when I first started the business, I went to college with a communications degree, not a business degree. I took one business class and didn't do that great. So when I first started in business, it was taking out a huge loan from the bank scared the hell out of me. I would never, and even now it would be weird taking out like a $30,000, $100,000 loan to buy goods in order to fund the business, and and risking my house, risking my my own personal money or whatever, to be able to start a business. It's scary. So we started the business just squarely on we would make $10. We'd put it back into the company. We'd buy something for $10, sell it for $20. Then we'd make that extra money. We'd flip it back into the business, and we just kept flipping the money back in. So we never had to take out a loan. When we first started a business, we weren't buying from Scottish mills. We were finding fabric down in Fabric Row in Philadelphia. Like we started out in the very low end of the market. Now, by the time we started buying from the mills in the UK, it was, we would order the cloth that, somebody already ordered. So since we're taking a kilt order up front, we had money to pay for it. And we never said like, hey, we want 30, 60 day, 90 day terms on our fabric. Nope. It was from day one. It's always been what's called pro forma, where we said, hey, I want to buy 4 yards of cloth, or I want to buy 20 yards of this in polyviscose, or whatever it is. And here's my credit card. When you ship this, charge me and ship it over. So every penny in our bank account has always been our money. I've never, ever, ever had to worry about, losing sleep at night over not being able to, I'm not robbing Peter to pay Paul. I didn't have to worry about like, oh, am I going to get enough orders in to pay for the fabric for those kilts that I did last? Like, nope, never been that. So it's always been that way with us. Have there been like doubts on, the viability of the kilt market in the US? Possibly, but it's never been a doubt that they would raise, because it's like, you think you can do it? Have at it. Sure. Why not? If you think you can do it, great. Because I'm not borrowing their inventory or their money to do it. It was always just your money's as green as a Scottish kilt maker, as an Irish kilt maker, as a Australian kilt maker. Sure, we'll take your money and we'll send you the cloth. Why not? So no, we've always found the Scottish mills very, very hospitable to exporting Scottish culture. Obviously, they have a financial vested interest in companies outside of Scotland doing well. Sure. So they want us to do well. They want all Canadian, American, Australian, whoever it is, kilt makers to do well, because it's more business for them. But at the same time, we've never been treated, at least we haven't, as USA Kilts. And I dare say American kilt makers or Canadian kilt makers, we're not like the redheaded stepchild, where it's the close the door behind ourselves. You're not allowed to do this, or fine, we'll sell to you guys, I guess. They never have had that kind of air of superiority or anything like that. It's always been a very positive, uplifting community. It's a very, very small community. All the kilt makers generally know each other. All the mills know each other. It's weirdly incestuous, where it's like, I'll get an email from our shoe supplier saying like, hey, we accidentally shipped, too many pairs of shoes to this company. Will you take them? I'll have them in America. I'll have them send them to you and I'll just add it on to your next bill. It's fine. Or the guy that sells us our grandfather shirts. We overshipped to this small company. They don't need these double XLs. This actually happened 2 weeks ago. Can you take a dozen, XL or double X black grandfather shirts? We're going to have them send them to you. We'll just charge you for them. And yeah, sure. Fine. It's fine. So it's a very neat, close-knit community, whether it's through NACTA, which is North American Celtic Traders Association, whether it's the mills, whether it's the different suppliers. It's very much a small, good business environment. There's not a ton of bad actors. The ones that are bad actors, we all know about. We all kind of trade business back and forth. If I can't help someone out with a particular product, I have no problems saying, hey, go to this guy. He's going to take care of you. Go to this company. They have exactly what you need. We don't carry it, but they may have it in stock. And frankly, that's how it should be. It's a great industry to be in that way, in that it's all very positive. It's not cutthroat in the way that some industries are. It's a very, very small, niche, close-knit community. Yep. Any thoughts, Erik, that you're writing down there?
I was making my grocery list.
Okay, that's fine. Mac, any thoughts from you?
No,
you've been here for a while.
I want to see the old images of you leaving Philadelphia with your vehicle packed full of bolts of material and just the back of that thing just bouncing down 422 or 76.
Kelly used to have an Equinox. There was I forget the guy's name. Was it Robert Matheson? He had it was called the Scottish Sweater Company up in Buffalo, New York. And it's since gone defunct, but he was an old Scottish guy. And he had a Highlandwear / Scottish sweater store. And he made keychains. He made keychains for all the major auto manufacturers. He had a huge business. And he was closing up his sweater and kilt company. And he called us, or one of his secretary called us way back in like 2004 or 5 and said, hey, we have bolts of polyviscose cloth from Tartan Mills. And, it was Royal Stewart, Scottish National, and Gordon, I think were the 3 tartans. And we have 8 bolts of this cloth and we have all these sweaters and stuff. Well, do you want any of this stuff? I'll give it to you for crazy low price. So Kelly and I drove up in her Equinox and loaded the back of this thing with these tartan bolts of cloth. And it was like riding on the back axle. And she was so, and she's still so angry with me. And if she's in the comments, she will 100% verify this. We were literally blocks from Niagara Falls. And I'm like, no, we drove up that morning and drove home that night. We left at 7 a.m, got home at 2 a.m. And I wouldn't let us go to Niagara Falls. Like, no, we got to go home. We got to work tomorrow.
Now, have you been to the falls since?
No. First no.
That was her only time.
No, that's it's going to be like my gag thing till we die. I will take her anywhere in the world aside from Niagara Falls. Yep. Nope, not allowed.
You're close enough.
Yeah. You can smell it. It's
roll the window down. You maybe don't hear it.
Yeah. Exactly. So, yes. No, but it's a great close-knit industry. It's an industry I'm very, very happy to be in. And I love supporting the community, supporting Scotland, supporting Ireland, supporting the UK in general. It's good stuff.
Yay.
Yep.
Kind of fell into this job, but since I started, the one thing that really, really worked for me and I've loved is the fact that we are a small company that is supporting other small companies and other very traditional companies in this world of Highland dress. If you feel the same way, I personally would be very grateful if you would consider shopping with us. We really take sincerely the idea that we are part of a community that is supporting each other and driving a culture forward, and it's not a mega corporation and it's not fast fashion.